Welcome to 2K Sports. We're ready to brighten the weekend with some Saturday night basketball. I'm Brian Anderson, courtside, along with Grant Hill and Tim Legler. Allie LaForce will be joining us in just a moment. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Derek White out there with Collier. And it's Williams in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Hawks, Rizachet at the 3, Johnson at the 4. Trae Young out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Porzingis in at center. Ooh, a very interesting matchup we have at the center spot tonight, Tim.
Yeah, the battle of the bigs will loom large in this one. Let's keep an eye on points in the paint. That could be a key indicator of who's winning that matchup.
Always fun to watch, a good big man matchup, even with the guys who can shoot these days.
No doubt about it. Versatility at that spot is key.
Yeah, once Tatum sees a gap, he is gone, off and running.
Outside Young. Shoots over Collier. A nice shot by Young.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
Well, it's forcing them to guard at all 3 levels.
Now here's Tatum. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. He was unstoppable.
That's money in the bank for Tatum. Easy to see why he takes so many threes.
Here's Johnson. Fades back, and another basket for Atlanta.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Young, the pass to Johnson. For 3, Porzingis. Great start so far, 3 of 3 in this one.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Pass to Collier. Stolen by Young. And a fast break now for Atlanta. Here's Johnson. No good. Nice D from Tatum.
After 5 shots, that's their first miss. I definitely call that a good start.
Fires from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Johnson on the wing. There's Young with the 3. Williams grabs the board. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Tim, you look at his career rate of assists per game. Trae Young, one of the most prolific passers ever to lace him up.
Yeah, B.A., despite the fact that he's known for shot making, it's his vision that sets him apart, and it's the reason you want the ball in his hands.
And Atlanta has possession. After the basket by Boston. Outside Rizachet. Back to Young. 6 to shoot. Porzingis sets a screen. Here's Johnson. The rebound, Celtics. They're a team with momentum in the midst of an 8-game winning streak.
And we're seeing just how good this team is when they're firing on all cylinders. The way they're rolling right now, this winning streak could go on for a while.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And check out the NBA's top 3-point shooters over the course of the past month. Number 1, Jason Tatum. Derek White, 4th.
Their consistency from range is unbelievable. It's what every team in the league is looking for these days.
And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. 6-point game. This is their first chance this season playing Boston. Looking to win the run. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up. This squad can't do anything wrong. They haven't missed one yet.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Still no points. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. A good look from Young. Gets some space and parries the jumper.
Yeah, that's just supreme confidence there from Young on that mid-range.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. He was really talking up Derek White, especially the job he does defensively. Coach said, for my money, Derek is the best defensive guard in the NBA. He's long, he anticipates actions, and he can protect the rim. I can't think of another guard who does what White does. That's for me, Brian.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Yeah, such an easy flick of the wrist for Porzingis. He makes it look like a 10-footer when he hits the corner three.
Pass to Collier. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown for three. Hits a three-pointer. Brown's got 5 points.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
There's Young with the three. Counted from distance.
Well, he's cooking now. That's 3 out of 4 here at the start.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Dyson Daniels comes in for Alexander Walker. Boston also changing it up. Boucher's checked in for White. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Collier. Celtics lead by 5. Now Young with a steal. Here's Rizachet. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist.
Yeah, great look for Rizachet. Close in, gets it done.
Boston's gone 4 for 4 so far from three-point land. Impressive. Well, Tim, despite their youth, the Hawks have been able to remain pretty competitive.
Well, when you look at this lineup, you see a lot of length and versatility, and that's where this league is headed. So they are creating a roster for positionless basketball.
2 points. That one goes.
And, you know, if you look at Daniels' numbers, he's done a great job improving those assist totals.
It's Brown on the wing. Gets the 3 ball to go. Brown's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Hawks trail by 4. And here's Young. He has 7. Now here's Okongwu. Pass to Daniels. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the wing. And another basket for Atlanta.
Both teams are hot. Woo! This is a fun one to watch.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
Now here's Rizachet. And he's been a big part of their offense, averaging more than 18 points a game. Daniels, that one's true.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Simons passes to Brown. Nails it from 3. Brown's got 11 points.
And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.
Daniels outside. Pass to Okongwu. And here's Young. Simons with a steal. Here's Brown. It's rebounded by Rizachet.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
There's Young with the 3. Sinks it from distance. And that's now 10 points for Trae Young.
Well, this is one of the most fearless perimeter shooters in this league. Trae Young has the ultimate green light.
And here's Brown for 3. Again, Brown missing.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's Young. The 3 from Rizachet. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, that's what Rizachet is out here to do. He is first and foremost a three-point shooter. A good one at that.
Now here's Boucher. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Tatum, good.
Yeah, boy, has he dialed in. Perfect from the field this period.
There's Young with the 3. Boston pulls it in. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
Oh, my. That was a game for the ages. A fierce battle that really could have gone either way. But they were fortunate they pulled it out.
Well, when you pull out a close game like that, it really can do wonders for your confidence.
A big-time effort for Trae Young. providing a lot of energy for Atlanta. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
They needed a jolt from that second unit, and that's exactly what they got.
Here's Collier. What a tremendous game he played against Miami. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Onyeka Okongwu. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Dyson Daniels. And it's Krejci in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
Well, we always hear about the rookie wall, Grant. But some players seem to claim it's a myth.
Well, you know, B.A., I think it's real for most first-year players. Adjusting to the length and intensity of an NBA season can be exhausting. But some guys will be able to break through that wall.
Okongwu, the pass to Daniels. Gets the three to fall. Daniels has got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
And so Simons will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. That's good from Collier on the assist by Simons. Simons got his third assist of the night. Atlanta's gone 6 of 9 from three-point range. Daniels passes to Krejci. Simons with a steal. Here's Collier. Three-pointer. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
Hawks trail by 5. Daniels outside. Pass to Kennard. Porzingis surveying the floor. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Krejci. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. For 3, Collier. And the Celtics another 3.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Hawks. Boucher's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Simons. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And you think of players who heat up in a hurry. You got to include Anthony Simons, Tim.
Well, Brian, he's just a bucket getter. He can pull up from any distance, and with the elevation to do a little damage inside as well.
Atlanta needs to get off a shot. Porzingis for 3. Hits the trifecta. Porzingis has got 13.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Collier, no good. Atlanta's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Okongwu finds Kennard. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Now here's Alexander Walker. He's guarded by White. Picked up by Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker. Can't tie it up. That one misses.
Oh, what a great look, but an even better contest. That's how you shut down the painted area.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Hawks are trying to involve everyone to take some of the load off Trae Young. Coach Quinn Snyder said, we've been intentional about that. Trae can't do this by himself, and he knows that. Frankly, no player can. Figuring out the ways he can be efficient has been the idea, and he's been making those plays. Guys?
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. And the Hawks making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Back to Okongwu. And he hits it to tie the game. Okongwu's got his second basket of the game.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Boston's gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
Daniels passes to Alexander Walker. Outside Porzingis. Launches it from deep range. KP hits it.
And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And Atlanta making a change here. Young's checked in. Boston also changing it up. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boucher. Jaylen Brown comes in for Hauser. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Collier. For Boston, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. White can't hit.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Boston's gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. And here's Brown for 3. Big hit from outside. Jaylen Brown.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner threes.
Hawks trail by 3. Outside, Alexander Walker. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And now a glimpse of who's out ahead in the All-Star voting.
I'm sure the fans and the players are eager for an update.
You look at Johnson, with how things stand now, it'd take a big change in the voting to get him into the top 10 in the East.
Yeah, much less the starting 5, but he shouldn't let that distract him from the honor of making it onto this list at all.
And it's hard to contain the excitement as we look ahead to what promises to be an outstanding All-Star weekend. Kennard, he's checked in for Atlanta.
Well, not only is he a great shooter from deep, he's also really good at slicing his way inside. That's just a great drive.
And here's Brown for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Outside Young. Oh, Young with a physical finish inside.
Well, Trae Young's showing you how he has developed as a scorer. You just saw it right there. A little bit of added strength helped him finish that shot.
And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Simons passes to Tatum. And the Celtics another 3.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Kennard. Young from long range. Young with the signature trade.
Well, a couple made threes in the first quarter, and he's not slowing down after drilling another one.
It's Brown on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Simons with a steal. And these are the best teams this season when it comes to converting points off turnovers. Boston in second.
This is a squad that will tax you for any mistake or loose ball. They know how to snatch the rock and run flat out to make sure they capitalize.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Celtics?
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
And what about the collective effort so far from distance? Their shooters have been on point there.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for the Hawks. Risache comes in for Kennard. The Celtics also with a sub. Williams is checked in for Mina. And Young gets it to go.
That is so tough to stop. Trae Young accelerates and then stops on a dime to knock down that jumper.
White, the pass to Tatum. JT for 3.
He's been dropping them in from downtown since the tip. 3 triples in the first quarter, 2 more since.
Outside, Alexander Walker. 59 seconds left in the first half. Young from long range, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
Yeah, well, Trae Young saw a three made on the other end of the floor, and he came right back with a quick response.
Simons finds White. Now here's Tatum. Launches a three. And again, Boston with the triple.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Pass to Shea. For three, Porzingis. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7, showing no signs of letting up.
Oh, 5 threes this half. The D can't contain this guy.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And here's Simons. Back to Brown for three. Oh, Brown with the answer back.
He's got a solid rhythm going from the perimeter. 3 triples in the first quarter, and now 3 more since.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Young.
Well, that is just real miscommunication there, sending it out of bounds.
5 ticks left in the second period. And here's Simons outside. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Celtics up by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hey everybody, first off, let's take a gander at what's been happening on the trading block.
What they're getting with Quickly, he plays both ends, plays with pace, and he can flat out score it.
Yeah, all the tools are there, and the consistency is coming along.
And now it's time to talk about what we saw from Jason Tatum in that first half. He was a man on a mission.
Fantastic three-point shooting from him, stretching out the defense. I had a couple of games like that myself, Shaq. It's fun, man. Believe me, Shaq, it's fun.
First of all, you don't know my real last name. It's Onilovich. If I wanted to be a three-point shooter, I would have been.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. We're seeing a tremendous game from Trae Young.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
Here's Collier. On the court right now for the Celtics. White and Brown are the wingmen. Williams is out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Collier in at the point guard position.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
Celtics lead by 4. All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
And stolen by Williams. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Young. Boston shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And he makes the first. All right, Tim, let me get your thoughts on this NBA rule change. End of quarter heaves don't count toward a player's three-point percentage.
I love it. My paycheck directly reflected my shooting percentage. So we've seen players purposely let that thing go a split second after the horn. I think we should encourage guys to try to make that shot.
Nothing better than the false hustle, let it fly after the buzzer went off. Not anymore, though.
Absolutely. Very, very true.
Shot's good by Collier. Collier's got 17.
Well, all systems go here early on. That's 3 in a row since Jump Street.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Johnson. Porzingis with a screen on Tatum. Knocks down the triple. Johnson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Collier, guarded by Young. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Boston shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Hawks trail by 6. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. All right, while we have a second, a look at the best shooting small forwards over the last month. For Jaylen Brown.
And what an efficient group of scorers. That's the best way I can put it. I mean, they play patient basketball, and the shot selection is excellent.
Not a lot of wasted motions here. These guys, for the most part, get their points within the flow of the game.
Outside Rizachet. Pass to Alexander Walker. Young looking around. 5 on the clock. Right wing. The shot from 20 feet out. Porzingis misses.
Well, after nailing the first 3 out of the break, you can give him a pass for not making that one as well.
And when he was younger, Tatum would often try to do it all himself, but now he wants to keep everybody involved.
And Young has got the ball here for Atlanta. Trailing by 8. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Outside Rizachet. Porzingis with a screen on White. Outside Porzingis. Sends it home from 3-point land. Porzingis has got 5 points now this quarter.
Whatever they said at halftime, it is working. They look super confident out there.
On target from range.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Johnson for 3. Williams grabs the board. Celtics lead by 8. Here's Tatum. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
They couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half. They've been perfect from the field so far.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Trae Young is learning to become more of a threat when he's off the ball. He said at every level there's a different type of game. Now, knowing the NBA game, I'm more patient, understanding how the game is, how to control it from the beginning to the end, and how you need to win. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. To the wing on the left. For 3, Collier. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's his first from distance this half, which gives him 3 for the night.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Rizachet. Porzingis, high post. To end the run. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Hawks trail by 13. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Man, that was impressive. Johnson can flat out fly.
The Celtics have gotten 7 of 8 shots to fall in the third quarter so far. Count that one. Collier's got 14 points here in the second half.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
For Atlanta, they've gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Daniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. Anthony Simons, he's checked in for Boston. Right side, Porzingis. Pass to Young. Back to Porzingis. Porzingis putting the size to work.
Even after that serious knee injury, Porzingis with the spring to flush it.
Here's Collier. Count it. Collier's got 27 points.
Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
Hawks trail by 13. Outside Young. Outside Porzingis. Ooh, Williams with the block. And Boston pushing it up now.
And we've watched Brown evolve his game. Playmaking has been at the forefront of his development.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Outside Rizachet. Johnson a screen on Brown. The 3 from Rizachet. He drops it from range. Rizachet's got 5 points now in the quarter.
With the level of talent from beyond the arc these days, you have to treat everyone like a shooter.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
There's Young with the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And his perimeter shooting might be the key to trimming their deficit.
He has quickly piled up the points by stringing those threes together.
Quickly becoming one of the most feared defenders in the game, Tim. Dyson Daniels.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves, Brian. Daniels is always engaged. Every second he's on the court, and he's right there lurking for a deflection or a steal.
Outside Young. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Simons with it. Now guarded by Rizachet. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line. A chance at a 3-point play.
And guys with the scoring mentality of an Anthony Simons love to get those freebies at the line.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
And something else I've liked has been their ball movement. Always finding the open guy with a better look. That is team basketball.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Okongwu's checked in for Johnson. Kennard comes in for Rizachet. And Krejci subbed in for Trae Young.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
There's Simons with a 3. He buries it from 3. Simons got 8 points.
An area of the game that Simons is getting more comfortable with, scoring off of the basketball.
Pass to Kennard. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the 3 to fall.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Hauser's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Krejci, the pass to Daniels. Out to the right wing. Right side, Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Daniels. From deep. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Pass to Simons from downtown. And again, Boston with the triple.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
And so it's the Boston Celtics in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Kennard in at the three. So that's the Hawks 5. Why not? Good.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
And it's Daniels with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. It's an 18-point game. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Outside Johnson. Drills it from deep. 8 points now in the game for Jalen Johnson.
Now, we've seen Johnson become more confident with his outside shot. Now the next step for him, let's become more consistent.
It's stolen by Daniels. Now here's Alexander Walker. Tight defense on him. Outside Johnson. Another one falls for Atlanta.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
And here's Simons outside. Rebounded by Johnson. Hawks trail by 13. Pass to Alexander Walker. They set the pick. The three is up. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
And their all-around play has been the key to chipping away at this deficit.
And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Boston Celtics. On Monday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Pascal Siakam and the Indiana Pacers. And that one falls for Simons. Legs, when you're watching a young team play, what are the things you're looking for?
Well, look, a lot of teams have young players who are focused on making a name for themselves, but I like to see unselfishness. Those guys who can play with a team-first winning mindset, those are the guys that you keep long-term.
Play D, do the dirty work, stay in the rotation.
About sums it up.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Some changes for Boston. Garza's checked in for Boucher. Walsh comes in for Minot, and it's White in for Simons. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
Allie, thank you. Here's Alexander Walker, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
And at the right time, they could have let this game get away from them, but they never stopped believing.
Hauser passes to Brown. Here's Walsh. Fires the three. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
And there's really no such thing as a safe lead. I mean, this is still anyone's game.
Daniels against White. Daniels, that one's true.
And I'll tell you, this thing looked pretty much over heading into the fourth, but give them a lot of credit for fighting their way back.
Pass to Walsh. Jacks up with 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Daniels outside. Now here's Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker, and the Hawks with another three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Walsh from the arc. Kick out to Brown. Here's Hauser. Nails it from 3. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
I think Daniel's overall size had something to do with that. It helped him protect the basketball and get the and one.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Okongwu. Risache comes in for Kennard. And it's Young in for Alexander Walker. Boston also changing it up. Williams is checked in for Garza. Tatum comes in for Walsh. And it's Collier in for Hauser. And the free throw, no good. How about Dyson Daniels, Grant? Last season, leading the league in steals.
Well, averaging over 3 a game. That mark hadn't been met in over 3 decades, BA. In the process, the Aussie earning the nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. Not bad.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
Young finds Johnson to the middle. Here's Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. Boston leading by 9. Pass to Collier. Puts up a 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
And stolen by Williams. Brown inside. Young's there.
Yeah, tonight has been all about Jaylen Brown, a legit star in this league.
And Atlanta with possession here. Here's Young. Here goes Trey. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Buries it from outside.
Well, he hit 4 threes in the first, and now he's drained 2 more here in the second quarter. Absolutely on fire from deep.
White. There's the drive. That's off.
Well, that's a tough rebound there to secure, but he put all of his size in there in order to secure it. Well, he is a huge talent, and he's been hitting shots, but so have his teammates. It's been a collective effort.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Atlanta. Outside Porzingis, now Young. Inside, it's Trae Young.
Well, Trae Young is one of the most productive guards in this league, and he knows his team is counting on him to have nights just like this.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. A 12-point game. There's the drive. Blocked! Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Alexander Walker with it. Now guarded by White. Jalen Johnson. It's money from deep.
Well, Johnson should get credit right there for staying ready and making himself available off the ball.
Boston leading by 9. Williams. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. Now Johnson. Young fires. Yes, sir, with the 3.
And that's exactly what you want from your best player. Unafraid to run to the bright lights.
Outside Tatum. He launches. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Celtics back. Team foul.
They trail by 9. Young. And rebounded by Tatum. The Celtics on offense. Oh, he can't hit it. Now Johnson. Ready off the pass. He lays it in.
Yeah, Johnson is really coming into his zone. That is great determination right there.
44 seconds left to play in the fourth. And he commits the intentional foul. Boston on offense. 6-point lead. Now White. There's the double team with Alexander Walker. Puts up the tray. Williams. Oh, touches it off the glass.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Knocks down the trifecta.
Yeah, what a look. I mean, Young, a high-level passer.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Hawks down. David Johnson, second. Team's third.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And if you get a chance to build your lead at the free throw line, you've got to take it.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. They're down by 7. Your thoughts, guys?
Trying to extend this one, but it seems futile.
I can't wait to see what they draw up here and who they decide to go to.
Young! Money from 3!
Really good passing wing. Shea isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Hawks foul. Trey Young, second. Team's fourth.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5.
At the line for 2.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game. Here's Young. Now Porzingis takes a 3, and he nails it.
And it's Porzingis at 7-3, a monster to go to late in the game.
And now they foul and stop the clock. He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, analytics aside, players making important free throws is always valued by their team. I love the shot selection from him right now. He's not settling, and that's why he's shooting at a very high rate.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics, pulling it out for the W. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that'll do it, folks. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Isaiah Collier.